Hello, I'm Frances with Ant Games, and today I am bringing you something very special. This is a game that I actually played by myself. So it is the season for gift giving, and I thought this would be a great time to kind of highlight it and explain to you how my experience was, and hopefully give you some good ideas for Christmas or whatever other gift-giving holiday you might be celebrating this time of year. So I am talking today about the mystery at Magnolia Gardens. So if you're like me, you're on Facebook, you've probably seen the ads for the Hunt a Killer mysteries. And I know that these are popular, like, date night things. It's a Hunt a Killer really kind of started as like a subscription service. Still is. You can subscribe for a period of time, and then over the course of like 6 months or a year or whatever, you'll actually get clues to solve a mystery over a long period of time. And you can go on and actually buy like their box sets, and those would include like all the clues from past seasons. But the idea is that you're kind of like subscribed to this thing that you're sort of solving, almost like you're watching a show or something like that. You're getting a little bit at a time. They came out with these premium games. So this one was sent to us by the Hunt a Killer folks. And like I said, it's Mystery at Magnolia Gardens. And these are intended to be all-in-one games that you can solve. They're mysteries that you can solve in one sitting. So on your game night, instead of playing like a big box strategy game or something, you can actually all sit down and try to solve a mystery. So that was obviously very appealing to me because I love pretending like I'm a detective. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about this one here today. So we've got Mystery at the Magnolia Gardens, and this happens to be a Nancy Drew themed mystery. Now, if you're like me, you may have enjoyed these types of books as a kid. So like Nancy Drew, you got your Hardy Boys, Agatha Christie. So these really give you an opportunity to like join forces with these famous detectives from literature and solve some mysteries. And I think there's some other mysteries too that are not like they're not like story. They're not like from fiction or novels or anything. But in any case, what's really cool about these is that you get kind of an introduction. And nothing I'm showing you today is really going to be spoiler because we're not solving anything. But I did want to show you what comes with it, because unlike your like exit games and unlock games, which are more or less card mysteries, these things come with actual props. So it's kind of like doing an escape room in a box. And it's just really cool. So you get kind of an introduction. You get your objectives, and it really lays out like how to get started. There's no rules or anything really. So it's not like a game where you're going to have to understand any mechanics or anything like that. But there are quite a few puzzles. So this tells you like, what if you get stuck on a puzzle? What do you do? And it also tells you where to go to get some hints and whatnot. So let's go through some of the stuff here. So I'll give you the overview. So in this particular mystery, you are helping Nancy Drew solve not a killing. So not all of these are like slasher or like murder mysteries. This one just happens to be a gentle tea poisoning. So that was kind of nice too. It's technically a medium weight. They go all the way up to, I guess, is like a 2 out of 5 stars, like difficulty level. But can be solved in, they say, about like 60 to 90 minutes. I did this over the course of like a week in small bits, and I'll talk about my experience with it, in a little bit. But anyway, you're working with Nancy Drew to go to this garden attraction. If you're from like the Pennsylvania area, like this reminds me of like Longwood Gardens or something, sort of like one of these gardens that commercial gardens you go to with like a conservatory, and they do talks and stuff like that. And it was like the curator or like one of the folks there that works at the location had been poisoned, so she started getting like a rash and a fever and like all this kind of stuff, and called on Nancy Drew, of course, to come help solve the case. But in doing so, Nancy got sick as well because she was exposed to some of the tea that had been poisoned. So you have to go help her. So she's called on me. I have no qualifications other than liking mystery novels. So anyway. So what we've got here are, you open the box, and this is kind of out of order because I have already been messing with it, but you'll get a bunch of things. So like you'll find stuff in here like a postcard, right? You find this sort of like your brochure, like as if you had gone to the event itself. And all of this is like supposedly stuff that like Nancy has given you. And you'll find that like she has some notes written on here so that you can kind of have a bearing of where things are and what she's managed to put together. Some seed packets in this one. We have a mysterious tea-stained cloth bag with a tea strainer inside. We have a solution, which I'll put away for a second. Again, just like lots of cool stuff, and I won't get everything out here, but you end up with a whole bunch of cool clues. And then they also give you a bunch of these cards, which show all the people that were implicated in this case. So you have like the research scientist, you've got like the greenhouse worker guy, and on the backs of all of these, you kind of have their like dossier, I guess, or when Nancy was interviewing them, these were her notes about these folks. So you have quotes from them, and obviously all of their alibis, right, contain clues and can help you put them on a timeline to figure out, who might have been the perpetrator, who was not, who can be, put aside as maybe somebody who wasn't involved in this. But what I really loved about this was that all the clues and stuff like actually look like real stuff. Like it's not just here's what you have. It's on a card or something that you're trying to, you like pretend that, I found a fax. It actually looks like a real fax, and reports and things like that. So, you have always like an intro letter from the detective, or at least in this case from Nancy, which, helps guide you. I wasn't sure at first, like if I was going to know where to start, but it does come together pretty intuitively. I wouldn't say easily, but definitely intuitively. I was really surprised because this one comes with like this like pencil case too. So the props in this here are like completely legitimate. You really have like an actual lock that you have to undo, and it's just pretty neat. Like I said, if you're into like escape rooms and things like that, this felt like an experience like that for me. And what I enjoyed about this a lot was that, I'm a mom, I have kids, I have small kids, and my husband's not, we play a lot of strategy games, but he doesn't really like these like detective, like figure it out mystery things. So this was kind of something that like I could do. I could sort of read through some of the dossiers and take a couple of notes on my phone while I was getting the kids to bed, or I could think about it a little bit over the course of a couple of days. And then when I finally had an idea about, maybe I can try this to crack this puzzle, I could sneak away and try to figure a piece of it out. And so it wasn't like something that I had to have set up on the table all the time and I'm working through like a solo game or something like that. This was something that I could kind of just work on at my own pace, and that in and of itself was really fun. So you don't have to play these alone. Certainly, I think it would be fun with more people. And I think, obviously I know the solution to this one, but if I had it to do again, or if, I tried another one of these, it would be fun to kind of like involve the kids or involve somebody else just to see if you guys can crack the case together. Definitely something that you can do, even though I did it over several days. Definitely something that you can do in a night. Like, so if you did a game night, you could definitely bring one of these out and just solve the mystery together. And I think it would be a lot of fun. So there are, if you go on their website, they have a bunch of different boxes that you can choose from in addition to this, like, Happy Nancy Drew poisoning mystery. I know there's like an Agatha Christie one on there. The price range is, I believe, anywhere from like $20, $30, all the way up to, I think that Agatha Christie collector's edition, which comes with like an actual watch and everything, is like $180 or something. So there's kind of something for everybody. And just know that like the props that come with it are like real props. It's not just like card-based stuff or whatever. You really feel like you're actually solving something, which is really cool. So I think with that, that's really all I wanted to tell you about. I would highly, highly recommend these. I'm actually probably going to pick up a couple of these as gifts for Christmas this year, just because I know I have friends who are in situations where they might be home with new babies or something, or I have family members that are very into mysteries and trying to crack cases and whatnot. Anybody who is a fan of like true crime or anything like that, and always trying to figure out who did it, who done it, will probably really enjoy these. So I will direct you that way. And I guess that's about all I have to say on that. I'll probably be doing some more of these because I've been really getting into these kind of mystery puzzle games that I can do on my own. So if you're into this kind of thing, you're into this kind of content, and you want to see me do more of these, please let me know in the comments. If you do head over to the website, let me know which mystery you'd be most interested in picking up. And maybe I can play along with you because, like I said, these are really fun, and at the price point, I think very worth picking up. That is all I have for you today. Again, I'm Frances with Ant Lab Games, and I will see you next time.